Sex and drugs and rock and roll is all my brain and body need. Sex and drugs and rock and roll is very good indeed. Keep your silly ways, or throw them out the window. The wisdom of your ways, I've been there and I know lots of other ways. What a jolly bad show if all you ever do is business you don't like. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Sex and drugs and rock and roll is very good indeed. Every bit of clothing ought to make you pretty. You can cut the clothing, grey is such a pity. I should wear the clothing of Mr. Walter Mitty. See my tailor, he's called Simon. I know it's going to fit. Here's a little bit of advice, you're quite welcome, it is free. Don't do nothing that is cut price, you know what they'll make you be. They will try their tricky device, trap you with the ordinary. Get your teeth into a small slice, the cake of liberty. Drugs and rock and roll. Sex and 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 drugs and rock and roll.
Song we don't hear quite often enough, I think. That's an old one now, but, you know, it's good. A nice bit of vitality about it. That's Ian Gerry, of course, or as he's known in Derry.
No.
Ian Drury.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Ah, come on. No. Of course he is.
Janice says no.
Janet doesn't know.
Yes, she does. I know too.
You don't know.
We do know.
Ian Drury, people always call him.
No.
Like they call him like Roy Orbison.
No, they don't.
Westminster.
No.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
What do they call Roy Orbison in Derry?
Roy Orbison?
No, they don't. They call him Roy Orbison.
No, they do not.
What do they call Westminster in Derry?
No.
Westminster.
No.
What do they call Stormont in Derry? Stormont. What do they call Ian Drury? Ian Drury, because that's a common surname in Derry.
No,
London,
no,
Derry.
it does not. No.
You're licking up to the people. You're always the same.
Sure.
You're going the same way Nolan went. When Nolan came on the radio, he was fearless, and now he's just like the rest of them. He's like you, lily-livered. I hope you don't mind me calling you lily-livered.
So what's the other one you come out with too? Another figment of your imagination?
Not figment of imagination. Opinion.
Charles.
People in Derry say Charles when they mean Charles.
They do not.
Yes, because it's deep in their Gaelic.
Charles.
It's deep in their Gaelic past.
Sean Lennon's celebrating his 13th birthday today, and his granny Marie would like to wish him a very happy birthday.
Well, I encourage people to contact us if they've any similar greetings, and I wish him and her all the best. And if they want to contact us, the people out there, the listeners, the number to ring is 08459 555 678. This isn't like a show that you'll hear normally on radio, so there's nothing in it. It's just people being themselves. Do you know what I mean? Email address jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, and the text.
You have started me saying, do you know what I mean? I say it all the time.
I don't say it all the time.
You say it all the time, and I'm saying it all the time now.
We're encouraged by the BBC every couple of weeks to listen back to one programme that I would do or you would do to see if we're making any glaring mistakes or actually developing any little bad habits.
Where did this happen?
I do that all the time.
Where did
I
this
don't
happen?
tell you because you don't care. The BBC don't insist upon it, but they suggest that you do that. Presenters are suggested to listen to a programme once every 2 weeks to make sure that they're not developing any bad habits or little annoying tics.
That's the first I heard of that.
That's because nobody tells you anything.
I know.
And I've discovered that
Is the sound all right this morning in this
I don't
programme?
know. It depends what the listeners feel outside.
It sounds as though we're talking into two buckets.
Does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to carry on regardless.
Okay.
The text messaging service is 81771. Now, something happened over the course of the weekend that disturbed me greatly, and I want to talk to you about it. Now, I don't know about this. I feel very strangely. I had a little article in the paper the weekend. I won't tell you what paper because it sounds as if I'm blowing my trumpet, but I was described as a veteran broadcaster.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. Janet, am I a veteran?
No.
When I think veteran, I think maybe I should have been at Dunkirk or something,
No, I would think
Vietnam?
Jimmy Young, Wogan, veterans, but you're
No, I wouldn't call no.
Yes.
Veteran is about attitude.
Jimmy Young's a veteran.
Yeah. No, but a veteran, I kind of think of some old guy with a limp. A veteran. I don't feel like that. I feel as if I'm 19 years old. I'm trying to dress like it. No, I do feel young. I do. I don't feel like a veteran. I was very upset and hurt when I saw that, and I thought it was very unfair. But it wasn't a jibe or anything. It was a description.
Because you're not broadcasting that long. So is it the fact that is it your age, or is it the fact that the length of time you've been on the radio? Why do they call you veteran?
No, I'll tell you why. I think it's the fact that I started late. Do you know what I mean?
So it's your age. It's not the fact that... how long have you been broadcasting?
I don't know. But all I'm saying is, I think it's perhaps because I started late. Now, for instance, do you know all those other broadcasters? They're children, and they're in their bedrooms, and they're building little cardboard make-ups of radio stations, and they have this little brush, and they're in the toilet going, "Good morning." And they always want to be broadcast. Do you ever hear people saying that? Yeah. I always want to be a broadcaster. Ever since I can remember, I was broadcasting. I built my own radio station, playing my records, introducing them. And then they all end up in the radio. All the driven guys. Like Nolan there. He was interviewing politicians when he was 5. So he was doing that all his life. You see, but I had a life before. I never stepped into a radio station until I was over 40.
Did you watch The Cube last night?
What?
The Cube. Did you watch it last night?
You're not listening to a word I'm saying.
No.
The Cube? No, I didn't see it. What is The Cube? Oh, that thing with...
Philip Schofield.
Philip Schofield's a perfect example.
I like Philip Schofield.
Philip Schofield wanted to be a broadcaster since he was 5.
But Philip Schofield...
5!
You can tell...
No, but he's got that big serious face on him.
No, there's 2 people now presenting programmes on TV, and you can tell that they're enjoying the programme, and they're enjoying the games, and they're enjoying the contestants. Philip Schofield is one.
Why is that?
Philip Schofield really enjoys presenting that programme.
No, he doesn't. He just knows how to do it.
Janet says yes.
Janet. Do you ever see the big serious faces on him?
He's good. He was very good last night.
People have realised, you see, that even Holmes does it too.
And Bradley Walsh is another man who enjoys his programme.
No, Bradley Walsh, I'll make an exception there.
Right.
I'll make an exception there. Because Bradley Walsh was never a broadcaster. He was always a stand-up comedian. Right. And he was always a very good stand-up comedian, and I always liked him, and he's quite a good actor as well. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you can bunch him in. The ones that I don't like, Gerry Lineker, that kind of false gravitas.
I like Lineker.
No, it's all false. And also, what do you call your man you mentioned before? Who did you mention?
Philip Schofield.
Exactly the same. False gravitas, big long, big face, big serious face.
No, I think he really...
Even Holmes does it too.
No, I think he really enjoys presenting the programme, The Cube.
Are any of those veterans? Would you call Gerry Lineker a veteran?
No.
I see, that's what Would you call Philip Schofield a veteran?
But no one calls him veteran.
No, I know that's what I'm saying, but why do they call me one?
It's because of your age.
Stop! I'm trying to ignore that. Are you a customer of the Ulster Bank?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not in any bank.
Are you not?
No.
Do you have no banking institution behind you?
No, but I've got the Nationwide. Is it the same thing?
It's not. No.
Is it not?
No, but are you not...
I'm in the Nationwide.
You're not a client of any major bank? Nationwide? Is that who does your stuff?
Yes.
No, I'm not asking you personal stuff.
It's not personal. That's a straightforward question.
It is personal if I ask you
more.
It's not
personal.
If I say to you, what bank are you in? And then it becomes personal if I ask you about that. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you about that because you know that the Ulster Bank...
Ask me a personal question.
How much money have you got in the bank?
I don't know. And Janet knows that's true. I haven't a clue.
Do you think you have any?
Not a notion.
Do you think you have any?
My wife has it.
What's going to happen if anything happens to her? It's all in her name. Is it in her name or is it in your name?
No, it's my wife's name.
What's going to happen if anything happens to her? You're in the street, boy. Be very careful about that. What happens if you meet another man? Eh? Well, your money goes down the Swanee. Anyway, never mind that. That'll never happen because I know she loves you. She told me last night.
Did she? In the backseat of your car?
No, we just went for a drive. You
Oh,
know?
right. Harmless fun.
I
A
like
little
to take
chat
her out.
about this and
I
that.
think it's good that she gets out.
I appreciate you taking her out.
I know, because you're playing golf all the time. She's lonely. Anyway.
So what?
This is good. No, this is quite good. I read an interesting thing in the paper today. But this is good. And this is written entirely without humour. Sometimes people don't see the funny side of things. Now, for instance, there was a thing on today, one of our local papers. I won't mention it because it's not fair, but it's a Monday. Do you know the Peace One concert that we had last Thursday night, which was a great success?
Uh-huh.
Right. Now, a filmmaker called Michael Hamlin, you know Hamlin, you know that guy?
Yes.
He was the fella who initially all the tickets for the Peace
bought
One,
the tickets.
Peace One concert. It was a kind of a dry run for the City of Culture, which is great.
Yeah.
It was the first big concert that's ever been in Ebrington, the site of the former barracks. And it was a great success. Now, it was £12.50 to get into this concert, but, you know, people thought it was maybe too much because there weren't any major names, which is true, but it was a dry run. So people went, £12.50. But then this guy stepped in and he bought all the tickets, so all the tickets, it became a free concert. And congratulations to him. So in the article it says, they described Michael Hamlin as a mysterious misanthropist.
You enjoyed that?
Yes, because it's the actual opposite.
Yeah.
You know what a misanthropist is? It's a person who hates people.
Right.
Right? So he's a mysterious misanthropist. What
I
they
didn't
meant
know
was,
that. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You see, that's why sometimes I have to
Yes,
explain the
I
jokes.
know,
See, a mysterious misanthropist is a mysterious man who hates people. Right? So what they meant to say was mysterious philanthropist, which is a man who likes people.
Yes.
So in actual fact, by making a mistake like that, they said the actual opposite of what they meant to say. But anyway, the Ulster Bank. This is another example of that. This fellow they were asking people how they were affected by the Ulster Bank meltdown. Some kind of glitch, which meant that people couldn't get out their money. This gentleman says, my former employer accidentally told the bank that I had died. Since then, I have to go manually into the bank to get money because they won't give me any money because they think I'm dead. And he says, the only reason they give me money is when I go in and tell them I'm not dead. And he has to go in all the time. And wouldn't you think that once would be enough? Wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't care, do you?
What do you call the England goalkeeper?
Hart.
Joe Hart.
Joe Hart.
Joe Hart.
Yeah.
Joe
that's
Hart.
it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was a one time during the. Did you watch the game last night?
I watched the game last night with great, anticipation because I wanted our boys to come through.
One of the Thailands had a shot and it hit the. It hit the
woodwork?
The woodwork,
yes.
The upright. And the guy says, Joe Hart's upright has come to England's rescue.
The penalty shootout was great with great cheers in the pub that I was.
I watched it at home.
What kind of people are we?
Why?
No, seriously. What kind of people are we? The pub that I was in last night, you want to hear the cheer last night when England lost the penalty shootout. It's
yeah,
not
England
right.
didn't deserve it.
I know, but I'd never heard a cheer like that. It must be terrible to be kind of disliked so much. You know, isn't it an awful thing? Anyway, let's get back to nuts and bolts. Just to let you know, says a lady.
You have a call.
Have I?
Yeah.
I'll take it before I do this because...
Rodney.
Good morning, Rodney.
Hello, Gerry. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you today?
Well, I'm reasonably well too, thank goodness.
All right.
I heard you talking about the football match last night.
Yes. What kind of people are we?
I phoned in to find out what's the name of that guy Welbeck. What's his first name?
Welbeck.
I know it's coming. It's coming here.
That's a joke, isn't it?
It's about his father, isn't it?
Well, listen, there's not much point in me making the effort of phoning in if you're going to blow the thing.
I'm not going to.
This is what I have to live with.
Blow the thing, are you?
This man blows every joke I ever made.
Well, that's what I'm trying to ask. What's the name of the guy that plays for England?
I'm playing along with it, but he can't play along with it.
But I know it, you see.
Danny.
There's no point in
Danny Welbeck.
What's he called?
Danny Welbeck.
Oh, you know Danny's father, of course, was in the security forces here during the Troubles.
Name is Stanley?
Oh, sorry, no, in fact, he was... now, you're at it, too. He's sick with the light and rain and a joke.
And he was a bomb disposal expert.
He was a bomb disposal unit, he was called Stan Wellback. Now, there's no point, you've reacted.
I know, but...
And I wouldn't mind it. The only reason I phoned in, because your content this morning is so pathetic.
Yeah.
You're going on about each other and the Ulster Bank, and you have no content.
But that's an old...
And you won't even play a joke.
But it's an old one.
This is what happens.
It might be an old one, but a lot of people haven't heard it.
Now you see, now this man is getting angry now because
I'm very upset.
Exactly, because
I'm going to go straight over to downtown and listen to some good music.
I know. You see,
and on that note, I leave you. Goodbye.
You see what you did there? Do you see what you did there? You made that man go to downtown.
Yeah, he's not waiting down.
No, he is. Look, he's gone.
I bet you bring him back.
He'll be listening. He'll be learning how to wrap a parcel now with Frank Mitchell. I nearly said George Mitchell. He's the peacemaker. But what he said is perfectly true. Sitting here talking to each other about each other. Try and find some content.
Me?
Yes. Try and find some content before we go any further. And we won't even play any music. Absolutely valid criticism.
If you take off all the clothes of these television shows, you might find an answer to the question left alone. It's cider in a flask. It's a spider in a glass. You see, the question's not unknown. You've just been too afraid to ask. You're too afraid to ask. When it's all down to radiation, microwaves and X-ray stations, gyro slaves, relocation, viral flames and deportation. When you don't know who's wrong or right, your seat's a flotation device. The tags on airplanes, they don't lie. Furniture can save your life. If you undress the heart and you pick it all apart, you might see some clarity in who you really are. Some rider riding fast, some glider flying past, on the road to great prosperity, shredding up the past. You're shredding up the past. When it's all down to radiation, microwaves and X-ray stations, gyro slaves, relocation, pyro flames, deportation. When you don't know who's wrong or right, your seat's a flotation device. The tags on airplanes, they don't lie. Furniture can save your life. Furniture can save your life. It's all down to aviation, ground control and communication. The handy cash from a quick pick fix, a candy stash of pixie sticks. The plane you're on takes off in flight. Tilt your seat to the upright. Sit back now and enjoy the ride. Furniture can save your life. Furniture can save your life. Furniture can save your life. Furniture can save your life.
That's Justin Black. That's a song called Furniture. Justin Black was supposed to appear live in this programme last Friday, but unfortunately couldn't make it. He had some kind of mechanical trouble with his vehicle, so he'll be on some other time. So in case you think he just never bothered coming, he couldn't make it and was let down at the last minute. Not to worry. Sean asked you, did you watch... I think we need to be very careful, Sean. You chased away a listener there. You know, we need to be very careful, and I think that the accusation that the man made was without foundation. He said there was no content in this show. I mean, look at the content we had this morning. I mean, was I not talking about the Ulster Bank?
Yes.
Was I not talking to Nolan about the girl saying the F word?
Uh-huh.
Was I not talking about football? Were we not talking about football?
Uh-huh.
What is that? Is that not content? That's what content is. What do they want to talk? Do you want me to interview Darren Day or somebody? Is that what they want? Do you want me to interview Gary Barlow? Is that what they want? Sean, tell me what they want.
I don't know.
You must not step in the feet of people who come on this programme to tell jokes. You must not do that. That man was upset. That man wanted to tell the Welbeck joke because he thought nobody else had ever heard it. You see, there are people out there who are isolated, people out there who do not know that there's a world going on around them. And he does not know that everybody in the world has told that Welbeck joke over the past week. But you shamed him into going to listen to Frank Mitchell. Do you not feel guilty about that?
Well, it's one each. Excuse me.
What do you mean one each?
It's one each.
What do you mean one each?
If I chase one away, you chase one away.
I didn't chase
A
anybody
lady
away
phoned
today.
in. A lady phoned in to say she's away.
I didn't chase her away.
She's away.
Where was she? I didn't even talk to her.
I know, but she phoned up to say cheerio.
But that's not my fault.
It is your fault.
What did she say?
Because it was something you said.
Well, what did I say?
You said that you were happy that England were beat.
No, I wasn't happy.
That's what she said. She's fed up with you and other presenters all saying how great it is to see England out and England beaten. She says, that's it, I'm away. She says... does she not want us to have any fun? No, that's just her, she's away. So therefore you've chased one away as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I did it inadvertently. But you're doing deliberately, personally, you're doing that. You're making people angry. Stop making people angry. People that ring up to talk to me, getting on their wick. Sean?
I think it's better to say to someone, if someone says... Although he didn't say that, but if someone says to you, did you hear the one about...
You sniped at him when he was about to tell the joke.
Did you hear the one about, and you say, what are you supposed to say? You say, yeah, I heard it.
No, but you shouldn't say anything. Let him tell the joke. Let him tell the joke. So
I tried to stop
you sniped at him.
No, it wasn't snipe. I tried to stop him.
You sniped at him. What I suggest, and may I say this to the listeners, anyone who feels like ringing up and telling a joke, I'm going to let them, okay? And I'm not going to let you talk to them. If a man comes up to me, Pat is an Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotchman, I'm going to say, right, go ahead. I never heard that one. I'm going to tell them to go ahead.
Are you going to laugh?
Let the people... No. Let the people breathe, Sean. Let them express themselves. Very important. Gentleman rings. Mr. Coyle asked you, did you watch The Cube at the weekend? I recoiled in horror because I thought for a moment that Stephen Nolan was back on the TV. Oh! And also, apropos the same thing, I laughed my head off this morning when Nolan's quiet morning talk show was interrupted by the common touch of a wee woman from Belfast voicing her frustration at American hospitals. The inappropriate language took the poor lad by surprise. He can't handle it, you know. I could smell the fear from here. Great to see the big guy scrambling to apologise in sheer panic. It made my day. We should get that on the tape and play it again. But I wouldn't do a thing like that. Now, here's the thing. Naked discrimination here. What do you hear of this? What do you make of this? Gentleman writes to me and he said, to my point that I raised on a previous occasion, footballers blessing themselves before a game, before taking free kicks, throw-ins, corner kicks and lastly penalties. And look what happened last night. England players did not bless themselves and the Italian players did. Right. And it does not stop there. Spanish, Portuguese and German football players all bless themselves every fart's end, and they're all through to the semi-final, which means that 4 Catholic teams are in the semi-final, and therefore 2 Catholic teams will get to the final, and one of them will win. A Catholic football team will win because they bless themselves. I think Gregory Campbell should make a statement about this. Should it be stopped?
What about Germany?
What about them? Yeah, well, he includes them. Apparently they bless themselves too.
No, they don't.
I don't know what they're doing that. He says that. These are the people who write in. I can't argue with them. Although you seem to have little trouble arguing with them. The people who write in, people who ring in, you seem to, well, chase them to Frank Mitchell. I've been asked to play this.
Penny Lane, there is a bar for showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know, and all the people that come and go stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car. The little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a mask. In
suburban skies. I sit and meanwhile, behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, a pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray, and she feels as if she's in a play. She is anyway. Penny Lane, there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of the Queen. He likes to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. When spinning the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile. We see the banker sitting waiting for a train. Then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. When spinning the blue suburban sky,
that's a gentleman called Patrick Collins, a strange-looking man. He looks like an old Tory politician, like Douglas Hurd or somebody. That's from an album called Elusive Dream, and that track is called Penny Lane, of course, the Beatles. A very strange album. And I can't make up my mind whether he can play the violin or not. He just kind of saws at it. And there's times you feel as if he might be able to play it, and there's times as if you feel he's just lifting it and seeing what the crack is. Any comment about Wayne Rooney's hair from the listeners?
I told you before. And you could see Wayne Rooney has got a full head of hair last night.
Well, how come with all the money in the world he ends up with the haircut of a 1977 Fianna Fáil TD?
You're really digging a hole for yourself.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
And at 11 o'clock, this is the BBC News with Keith Burnside. The Ulster Bank is extending its opening hours again to help customers affected by a computer failure last week. The bank's warned that it could be a week before accounts are operating as normal. 80 branches across Ireland will extend their opening hours until 6 o'clock this evening. Derek Alcorn of the Citizens Advice Bureau says he's surprised that the bank had no alternative system in place.
For an organisation the size of RBS, there should have been an automatic business continuity plan or backup, so that the IT system simply should have switched to a mirror image and kept running. So there's a big issue there, I think, for an organisation that size.
Work is underway by the Housing Executive to paint out a UFF paramilitary mural in Sandy Row in Belfast. It's being replaced by a gable-sized portrait of King Billy. It's part of a wider project at re-imaging Loyalist and Republican communities in the city. 2 people are due in court in Londonderry, charged in connection with an assault on a couple in their 60s. A 19-year-old man and a juvenile face charges of grievous bodily harm, common assault and possession of an offensive weapon. Police have been forced to close parts of Bedford after England football fans confronted members of the town's Italian community last night. The trouble started when England was knocked out of Euro 2012 after a penalty shootout with Italy. Mark Worthington reports.
As more than 1,000 England fans left Bedford's high street pubs, the police closed the road as a precaution against trouble. But around 150 people broke away and headed for the area popular with the town's Italian community. There, as Italian supporters celebrated in their cars, the England fans ran into the gridlocked traffic. One person was assaulted and a number of vehicles damaged. Bedfordshire police have condemned the actions of what officers called a mindless minority and have so far made 3 arrests.
More sport now. Here's Austin O'Callaghan.
Well, England's footballers are flying home from Euro 2012 today with manager Roy Hodgson defending the 2 Ashleys, Cole and Young, whose missed penalties gave it the Italians victory. Hodgson says the players' reputations should not be forged on a penalty shootout. Elsewhere, it's the opening day of Wimbledon. Play begins on the outside courts in the next half an hour. Defending men's champion Novak Djokovic will start proceedings on centre court. He plays Spain's Juan Carlos Ferrero in the opening round. The tennis is live on BBC 2 from 11:30 this morning. And at the start of Irish Open Week at Royal Portrush, the latest golf world rankings published today see Rory McIlroy at number 2 behind Luke Donald. Tiger Woods is up to 4th with Graham McDowell 11th.
And how's the weather looking? Angie Phillips.
Mainly dry today, but there won't be a lot of sunshine around, perhaps just a few bright spells developing here and there during the afternoon, most favoured spots being parts of Antrim and Down, especially towards the coast. Temperatures should be close to average, reaching 18 Celsius, but it may still feel a bit fresher right on the north coast due to the light onshore breeze.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel News.
One lane is closed on Marine Highway in Carrickfergus until 4:30 this afternoon for roadworks. Then looking ahead and expect delays in and around Enniskillen tonight and tomorrow due to the royal visit. The town centre will be closed to traffic from Belmore Street to the junction of Queen Street and Ann Street. That's from 10 o'clock tonight until 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So if you're planning to travel towards Enniskillen tomorrow, leave extra time for your journey. And finally, at Belfast International Airport, the Liverpool flight is delayed to 5 to 12. And Jordan reporting.
Travel News on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talk Back with Wendy Austin today, just how racist are we? Would you use the N word? What would you do if you heard somebody say it? We talked to an American-born black man in Newry who says his life is being made hell by racists. John O'Dowd's about to announce which schools are going to get new buildings. We'll have that live on the programme. And if you're an Ulster Bank customer, give us a ring. Are you happy with how you've been dealt with? 08459 555 678 is our number. Also on the programme today, Groundhog Day. England are out. Another penalty shootout did for them. Is there an alternative? Or do you love the drama? All that on Talk Back at 12.
I rest my case. They had to close Bedford to protect the Italians. You see?
What?
You don't like Wayne Rooney's hair?
I do. There's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
The hands on the clock keep turning around. They point to the time of the day. The time means nothing with you by my side. Though sometime I'll be on my way. Down the road to where I must go. There's nothing between you and me. I'll take a boat down the river, my remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
That's a song I've always liked, you know, even though it's an old 60s one, and I hope you're not offended by me saying that. And that's a song called A Horse With No Name from a band called America. That was a one-off thing, wasn't it? You probably play that in your own show.
I loved that song before it.
Mm-hmm. That was Salt Flats, a band from Gerry... What am I talking about? A band from Belfast, featuring two people from Belfast and two English people who are... what's Cara Dillon? Of course, not Cara Dillon. What do you call her? Can't remember her name. Salt Flats, they're called. Hold on a minute, I've got the information here. No, it's one of those kind of... Do you know those fancy things that are all foldy-uppy? Cara Cowan, Ewan Gordon, Mark Gordon, and Katie Richardson. Katie out of the Carnival, and Cara Cowan, of course. She's been in this programme many times. It's good, that, isn't it?
Yes, I would like a copy of it.
Don't be sounding so sullen. You sounded sullen there. I want a copy of it, as if you expect me to say no. You can have this. I have a couple of copies of it. It's called Sail Away to the Sea, that particular track it was I played. You can have it with my pleasure. Here,
Thank you.
Play it to your own people on your own show.
I shall.
A gentleman writes to me and he mentions your show. I can't find the piece of paper. No, I can't find the piece of paper.
Complimentary, no doubt.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Look, you see, you've woken up the jokesters.
Why?
If anyone has dropped a bundle of £20 notes rolled up in a plastic band or an elastic band, please contact me as I've got some good new news for you. I found your elastic band, right? You know. Another, I've been taking something for my kleptomania.
Yes.
Get it?
Yes.
Get it? Yes. Do you know Danny Welbeck's dad was a bomb disposal expert? His name is Stan. You see, you shouldn't have chased that listener away. That could be the defining listener. That could be the listener that breaks the camel's back. Could be.
What about your lady?
What lady?
The lady you chased away.
I didn't chase anybody away. She chose to be offended by me and choose to walk away. I didn't say anything to her directly that would make her use her feet in that manner. She decided she didn't like the programme and she rang up to tell you she wasn't listening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. It's okay. It's democracy.
So it's all right for you, but not all right for me.
No, but you actively chased that man away by jibing him and probing at him and sniping at him until he could take no more. That's a man who came on this programme happy. Janet... He came on happy, didn't he?
Yes.
Full of joys of spring, a Monday morning, lovely day, not rain or nothing. And he came on, he said, I know a joke, I'll tell Gerry. And Gerry knew that he'd heard this joke a million times before, but Gerry was prepared to listen to that joke because that man wanted to tell it. But oh no, you wouldn't let him.
I just said it's not the one about...
Yeah, but you see, it's not the attitude. It's your attitude was most important. There's someone on the line here.
Yes. Plunkett.
Now, what?
Plunkett.
Good morning, Plunkett. How are you?
Good morning, Gerry. Thanks for taking my call. I'll tell you what it is. I have a daughter. I have two daughters. One of my daughters is 50 this week.
Yes.
And we're having a party for her on Sunday. So the reason I can go public is away in Portugal on holidays, not due back to Saturday.
Okay.
But my other daughter, Geraldine, wants a pyramid of photographs, from a child right up.
Yes.
But the problem is, 50 years ago, all my photographs came back. You are not old enough to remember it, but there were wee cardboard things around them.
That's right, yes.
Do you remember them?
Of course, I'm not old enough to remember, but I remember seeing photographs of those photographs.
Well, I thought the only thing, I could go to a chemist this morning and get them printed out. Yeah. But it seems that chemists now have stopped doing that. Belmont have pulled out of North of Ireland.
Have they?
And I want to know, is there anywhere in Belfast where I could get a firm who would print them for me?
Oh, I think you could do that. You should try Happy Snaps.
Happy Snaps?
Yeah, on High Street.
Was that right?
Oh, yeah, they're very good.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure there are other people...
Man and I'm a Belfast man. I didn't know that.
Oh, no. Why don't you give them a ring?
I want Happy Snaps.
That's it. They're very good. And the reason I mention them is because they got photographs of me all around their walls.
Honestly? How much are they paying you for that?
No, it's not a question of that. You see, I at one stage in my career, and I'm sure you remember this, Sean, I was forced to get my photographs taken with many celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And these photographs, these portraits remain, and they come back to haunt me. Especially the one with Norman Wisdom, with me with his cap on. You see,
that was all right.
No, but you see, there are times when you do. I knew at the time that it wasn't right, to get these photographs taken. I know they'd come back to haunt me.
I remember that time he was on your chat show.
Yes.
And the producer, director, whoever was in charge of the program, thought it would be a good idea if Norman Wisdom were to teach you how to fall.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
You had to do it.
I have a bruise on my hip to this day.
You had to do it.
They taught me how to do a pratfall. And I knew at the time that I shouldn't be doing it. You see, this is when I was, lost in show business.
You see, and I remember that time. I remember you practicing the fall, and you said, I can't do that. And I was standing there, and I says, I wonder how long it'll be before he suggests I do it. And you didn't do it. I was waiting for it.
I didn't suggest you do it.
No. And I was standing. I don't know what happened to you.
I must have been a bit dull that day.
I don't know what happened.
Very slow.
Yes.
Anyway, this man wants things for his photographs. Happy Snaps. No, there may be other people you can go to. Maybe Jessups, I don't know. But Happy Snaps, I know those people. Give them a ring. If anyone else can do that, by all means, ring up. I'm not trying to prejudice or whatever. So if anybody else has got a facility like that, give us a ring. But ring them anyway in the meantime. Tell them I sent you.
Your name, Gerry, and get a bit of a cut off them.
Well, you'd probably charge you more. No, they're good people, and I think they're kind of, they seem quite good.
Okay.
Give them a ring anyway, and so that's a wee surprise thing you've got coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. She's not coming back from Portugal until Saturday, and Geraldine's doing this wee pyramid for her.
Okay, well,
the way that's what they're doing, and they get the baby ones right up,
Well, happy birthday to her, and hope you all have a lovely day, and thank you very much indeed. And if you have any more trouble, give us a ring.
Okay, Gerry. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, sure.
You see, that's how to do it. That's the way you do it.
Hark at him. Hark at him.
That's the way you do it.
Tell me how to talk to people.
Oh, you don't seem to know how to talk to people without them running off to Frank Mitchell, learning how to wrap a parcel. That's what he's probably doing now.
Well,
how to make a piggy bank.
There's another call for you.
Is there?
2.
1?
2.
2? On 2 or 1
on
call?
2.
2 calls on 1. I've got a request. I want you to think about this. I've got a request via email. People want to want Alan Hansen and Eamon Malley to discuss Wayne Rooney's hair. That's something to look forward to in a minute.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
Not too bad, Gerry.
Is that Jimmy? Is that Jimmy?
This is Jimmy, Gerry.
Oh, Jimmy, how are you?
Not too bad.
Jimmy's a man I met over the weekend. We had a lovely dog show in St. Column's Park.
In Londonderry.
Yes, indeed. And I went over there.
I thought I'd ring you up to ask you, did you like it?
I thought it was beautiful.
It was brilliant.
And you introduced me to all the dogs and the chow and all the wee Pekingese thingsy and the Bichon Frises and the Lhasa Apsos. It was fantastic.
Yes, well, it was their last show being called Londonderry.
Yes.
That was their 70th show, Gerry.
You mean that's the last one they're going to do there?
No. They're going to be called Foil Side. Lock Side.
All right then, okay.
Lock Foil. Loch Foyle. Gerry, I'm getting mixed up here. It's Loch. I've got a book in my hand. It's Loch Foyle, and it's gonna be on next year under a different name.
Okay, so it was always called Londonderry Dog Show.
It was.
So they're going to call it
Loch Foyle Dog Show.
Trying to make it a wee bit more inclusive, perhaps, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Why not?
Hopefully, Gerry, we might get more entries.
Why not? Why not?
And it's on the 22nd of June.
Yes.
2013.
Yes.
So maybe we'll make it more people there. But it was a great wee show now, I must admit. And the Red Setter was best in show, followed by a Staffy, which was reserved best in show.
All right, you say.
So it was.
Look, they're lovely people, those people who show the dogs.
Oh, they're fantastic people. The people who run the show, Gerry.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a nicer committee anywhere.
I think it's great when you get a bunch of people together with a common interest, you know, especially in Northern Ireland, because people are so free and easy with each other, you know.
That's right, Gerry. It's a good way to get everybody together.
And as you say, you know, maybe get more people in, the more the merrier.
That's right, Gerry. There are a lovely bunch of people that go to that show. Nothing's too much trouble for them, you know.
And one of the reasons I went over there, Jimmy, and I know you probably don't want me to mention this, I've got a little lovely wee dog from you. And your wee dog is doing really well, but it's doing a bit of pooping.
Oh, yeah. Did it sleep last night for you, Gerry?
It slept a wee bit.
It slept a wee bit.
It's like having a baby.
Gerry, you've little hair now. It's going to be worse in about 3 months.
I know. I won't get any more sleep for about 2 months. All right, Jimmy. The best of luck to you. What's that? June the 22nd, is it?
Yes.
All right then.
It's for the City of Culture, Gerry. So it is.
That's it. Okay.
And we're going to make it a big show. So we are, you know, down there.
Not that it was never all inclusive before, but you know, maybe perhaps just ease the way a wee bit.
Yes, Gerry.
Okay.
Yes.
Good
maybe
idea.
Get a lot more entries in, Gerry.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I encourage them all to enter because they're lovely people and lovely dogs.
Yes, the dog quality was fantastic.
I've never heard anyone talking about dog quality before. All right, Jimmy. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Gerry. And
bye.
All the best now, Gerry.
Bye. See you later.
Right. Bye.
Bye. People don't know me as a dog lover.
So you have a new dog?
Yes.
You kept that quiet.
Yeah.
I don't tell you everything.
What type?
Yeah.
It's a Lhasa Apso.
What are you calling this dog?
Well, it's not. It doesn't belong to me, actually. It belongs to a member of my family.
Right, well, what is the member of your family calling this dog? Can we...
I don't feel at liberty to tell you.
Oh, well, that's fair enough, then. That's okay.
Bella.
Is Bella stopping with you, or is Bella
not
living
yet.
Somewhere else?
Bella's living somewhere else.
That's okay.
Make no mistake about it.
Bella will be down with you. Yes, Bella will be down with you. I understand that. Apparently it's called Snappy Snaps.
Oh, it is, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Snappy Snaps. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, wait a minute. Happy Snaps?
You called it
Anybody can make a mistake.
Exactly.
Okay. Alan Hansen and Eamon Malley discussing Wayne Rooney's hair.
Well.
Okay. I was looking at television the other day. I looked for a chap, the English player, forward, I believe, well, strange bonnet. I said to myself, with all the money in the world, how come the young chap doesn't seem to be in a position to get a hair transplant that would not look as if he's a 1977 Fianna Fáil TD. I said to myself, what's a Fianna Fáil 77 TD doing at the year 2012? What do you think, Alan Hansen?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ask me, I think he's get stale. I think that haircut does him a lot of good.
Why?
You watch Wayne Rooney. I tell you what, when he goes to hit a ball, I mean, there's power, there's commitment, there's dedication. He's playing for the jersey, not only the haircut. I tell you what, if more people, I'll tell you this now, when I was playing, if more people, I'll tell you what, if you ask me, if more people would get Wayne a haircut like Wayne Rooney, I'll tell you what, England would be a far better team.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, if those guys get their hair cut, going to Brazil, get a Brazil. Not really a Brazilian.
Are you talking about the beach volley?
I'll tell you what, if they get their hair cut like that, when they go to Brazil, they'll win the World Cup.
You mean a Brazilian?
Get a Brazilian, yeah.
Well, perhaps not.
I'll tell you what. If you ask me, that's the way forward. Well, that's the way forward. That's the way forward. But I mean to say, like, you know.
Tell me this. Now, Ashley Cole has got a mohawk.
Ashley Cole. He's
got a mohawk.
He's a nice lad. Ashley Cole's a nice lad.
Why has he got a mohawk?
He can't hear the ball.
Oh, I see.
There's no determination there. He can't jump. He can't get off of the ball.
Well,
I tell you what, you look at Wayne Rooney. I'll tell you what. I mean, he epitomizes the Englishness, doesn't he? He just look at that jaw. And you look at that head.
But he's Irish.
Your arse is Irish.
That may well be the case. But he is Irish, and nobody's talking about it. I think it's disgraceful the way his Irish accent is not talked about. What do you think? What do you think?
I wake up in the morning with my head down in my eyes, and she say, and I stumble over to the breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye. And she reaches out, takes my hand, squeezes it, and says, how you feel, huh? And I look across at smiling lips that warm my heart, and I see my morning sun. And if that's not loving me, then all I've got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. There's no such thing as Dr. Seuss, Disneyland, and Mother Goose. There's no nursery rhyme. Oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. And when myself is feeling low, I think about her face aglow, and it eases my mind. And sometimes I call her up at home, knowing all the time that she's busy. And I ask her if she could get away and maybe meet me somewhere, and we could get a bite to eat. You know, she always drops what she's doing and hurries down to meet me, and I'm always late. But she sits waiting patiently, and she smiles when she first sees me, 'cause she's made that way. And if that's not loving me, then all I got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't snow in Minneapolis when the winter comes. There's no such thing as make-believe, puppy dogs and autumn leaves, no BB guns. Oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis.
Oh, Tony Joe White, that Little Green Apples. I've been asked to play that again. It is fantastic, isn't it? I love that version. Hello, good morning. So relaxed. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Gerry.
Hello, how are you?
I tell you this, Gerry. I'm trying to get in touch with a friend. I haven't heard. Well, I've got a Christmas card from her, and they're this year. Yes. After an absence of about 7 or 8 years.
Oh.
But we brought children over from Belfast over to London, and she lived in London, but we went to different families. But we became friends.
Oh, did you went as children?
Pardon?
You went to England as children?
No, we brought children over.
Yes.
You know, children from Belfast, from both divides. We took them over to London to give them a week's holiday.
Oh, I see, yes.
But we went to live in different people's houses, you know.
Yes,
same as we do when people were bringing kids here. And I met Josie and some of her friends, but Josie and I kept in touch for a while.
Yes.
But then she moved to Saban. She came from London to Saban.
Yes, okay.
And she came up to Belfast one day, but I never got her address off her. And then there at Christmas, I got a postcard off her, a Christmas card off her. And I would love to try and get in touch with her again. She said, give me your address in Donegal.
Yes.
Not Nagura or something.
It could be anywhere.
I know Conway, County Donegal.
Convoy.
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 That's right.
Is that it? Yeah, that's a strange little name for a little village, but that's what it's called, Convoy.
Yeah. Well, she's working in Derry.
Yes.
At the moment, she works something like a health board or something, but welfare officer or something.
Yeah, well, you see, a lot of those people listen to this program because otherwise they'd have to work.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to give her name?
Yeah, Josephine.
Josephine.
Megan. She goes under Josie. Josie Megan.
How do you spell that?
M-E-H-A-N.
M-O-M-A-H?
M-E-H.
Yeah? A-N.
A-N.
Mehan.
Yeah.
That's an unusual surname, that. I've never heard that name before.
Yeah, well, you've heard of Martin Mehan.
Really? Oh, M-E-H-A-N.
M-E-H-A-N.
Meechan.
Yeah.
Oh, Meechan, that's called, yeah. Sorry, I'm familiar with that, sorry, but I thought it was just one A. Meechan is quite a common name here.
It is.
Yes.
Well, you see, I've tried everywhere. I've even wrote to Dublin to try and get to see would they help me, but nobody could help me, and I've tried and tried. It was just the postman here, Belfast, said to me, why did you get through till Radio Foil?
Yes.
And ask him to put it out, and maybe some of her friends or somebody that knows her.
That's exactly what will happen.
You know.
That will happen, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll have no trouble getting... I bet she'll be in contact with you before the day's out.
Well, I hope so, Gerry, because I tell you what, her and her family's lovely people, you know.
Is there a wee spark there, is there?
No.
Come on, wee spark.
No.
All right,
nothing like that. No, but she just said to me, if I ever felt like coming down to Donegal any time, that she would arrange to have me picked up, you know.
All right then, okay. So that's.
But there's no use me to go to Donegal if I don't know where I'm going.
Exactly. And what's your name?
Jim.
Jim, do you want to give your second name, Jim? Just in
Not
case?
really.
All right, no problem. Jim, so that's Jim. So if there's Josephine Meehan there, out there somewhere in Derry, London, there working for the health board or something like that, or any of her friends know her.
Something under the welfare anyway it is.
Indeed, yes. And if anybody out there knows that young lady, if she wants to get in contact with Jim, all you have to do is give us a ring, 08459 555 678.
That's great.
Just the radio foil number, of course. What's the radio foil number, Sean?
Pardon me?
Our
phone number.
Sorry, I thought you were listening.
I was.
What's the radio foil number here?
Which one do you want? Deception number or?
What do you think?
Well, what's number?
Jeez.
What number? I can give
Janet.
What's
the number?
I can give Janet. I can give you Janet's number at reception, or do you want the phone-in number?
Okay, here's an idea. Supposing I said, let's ring Radio Foil. What's the number? Yeah,
but you see, radio. I can give you a number that people would answer during programming. But if there's no program on,
I've already given the number of the answer during programming.
What number is that?
08459 555 678.
That's not our number.
No, it's the number that you ring on Radio Ulster. What I'm asking you is, what's
do you
the
want Janet's number?
No.
Janet's reception number.
Is that the number of Radio Foil?
Yes.
Yes.
71.
Thank you.
378
86
600. But then there's a number then the competition line. That
we don't want that. Do you want to enter competition?
No, but that's the number we use for competition. You can, when they've been broadcast, you can ring and someone will answer it.
All right,
if it's a live program.
If Josephine Meehan is listening, you want to contact Jim. If you want to enter competition as well, I'll give you the number. If you want to win,
horrible.
If you want a meal for two, will you stop?
Well, what number do you want?
I've got it. 71378600. That's the number of Radio Foil. Okay?
That's reception.
It's the number of Radio Foil.
It's the reception number. It's Janet's number.
Janet's number is the number that she uses to ring her husband. That's a different number. This is the number of Radio Foil.
Janet's number.
The number to ring if you want to contact this programme on Radio Ulster.
Or Janet.
Is 07. Look, I forget now. I almost give you my mobile number there. 08459 555 678. No wonder I go away on a Friday. Jim, never mind that. Jim.
Yeah.
We will sort that out for you. And you were saying she moved from London to Strabane.
Yes. She was living in Strabane.
Funny, I did a programme one time. It was one of the strangest little programmes I ever did. I think it was for Radio 4, and I had to compare London and Strabane. Yeah. And the reason why I did that is because I lived in both places.
Oh, very good.
And it was...
You didn't live in Strabane.
I worked there.
You didn't live in it. You said you lived.
No, what I meant was, I didn't realise there was someone listening who was going to pick away every word I said. But what I was basically meant was that I had the experience of spent long periods of time in each place.
Gerry, ahead of McLeod.
No, because I want to do that on television so that everybody can see it. All right then, Jim, we'll sort that out for you, okay?
And thanks very much.
No problem, Jim. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Love your programme.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
You see, that's how to do it. That's how to do it instead of engaging in long arguments about what a number is. Mm-hmm. See, that man sat through that. The only reason he stayed to the end, because he could tell that I was essentially a decent person, and he could tell that you were giving me a hard time, making things difficult for me and for him. He might go to Frank Mitchell now as well.
There's a man's been watching you for this past couple of weeks.
Yes.
And he now knows your movements on a Thursday.
Does he?
Yes.
And what does he have to say for himself?
He said he'll see you this coming Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need any... Do I need to know anything more about this man?
No, this man, he says that he'll either sit beside you or sit behind you and talk to you all the way.
Right. I know what he's talking about.
Yes. He knows where you park your car.
Right, okay.
Okay?
I'll have to change
on
my
a
habits.
Thursday.
If this was 10 years ago, I'd be worried.
Yes, I know. And he said he's going to talk to you all the way to Belfast.
Ah, the threat. The evil threat.
But he knows you don't want anyone sitting beside you. And it doesn't matter, he said, if you have a parcel or a bag sitting on the seat beside you, he's going to ask you to move it.
I'm going to take the train. They don't know me on the train. On UTV Live, every evening of last week, they played a 30-second advertisement about Frank Mitchell's show. A camera close-up shows Frank sitting on his desk on one bum cheek and in a sincere voice saying, the reason people like the show is that they know we listen. It's a listening show. I'm listening.
I hear another voice.
That's Janet.
No,
beside you.
Apart from Janet.
You're not listening to a word I'm saying.
What you told me.
I can't. If Janet shuts up, I can hear. No, there's nobody there.
Is that okay?
Do you ever hear of schizophrenia? This is what Frank says. The reason people like the show...
Give you a call back.
Tell Janet to shut up a minute. Janet, shut up.
Oh, no, you'll be fine.
She does exactly what I say.
Okay.
I'll wait until she's finished.
Thanks, Jared. Okay.
Janet, keep quiet for a minute. This is what Frank Mitchell says on the TV. The reason people like the show is that they know we listen. It's a listening show. I'm listening. Do you think that's a jibe at me? Do you think so?
Gerry Anderson show?
That's good.
I'm listening. It's a listening show. I'm listening.
I skimmed across black water without once submerging on to the banks of an urban morning that hungers the first light much much more than the mountains ever do. And she, like a ghost beside me, goes down with the ease of a dolphin and emerges unlearned, unshamed, unharmed. For she is the perfect creature, natural in every feature, and I am the geek with the alchemist stone. For all of you who must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, you'll find a very special hand. And it is a holy thing, and it is a precious time, dear, is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, it's always been, and so it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. For all of you who must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, you'll find a very special hand. And it is a holy thing, and it is a precious time, and it is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, it's always been, and so it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. One bright blue rose outlives all those 2,000 years, and still it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally.
That's Donna Taggart, guest in the show not too long ago. Great singer, lovely girl. That's called A Bright Blue Rose from her new album, which is called Celtic Lady. And there's a website there if you're interested, www.donnataggart.com. She really is a one for the future, I would say.
Who wrote that song?
Let me just check for the benefit of the
Beautiful
people who may
song.
know. Jimmy McCarthy, a diminutive songwriter from Dublin, the man who wrote, what do you call that one that Christy Moore did? Ride on, see me, I would never be, but I don't want to. The claw across your guts. Ride on, see me. Jimmy McCarthy's wonderful because in every song he puts in a line which is very, very kind of evil in a way and graphic for no reason. It comes out of nowhere. That's his trademark. For instance, not Ride On. It's a love song, basically. Ride on, see me, I would never want you, no matter what I do. It's just a love song. And then in the middle of it, there's a line that says, when I draw my claw across your guts.
And what's the line in that song, Donna Taggart song?
I don't know. There's probably a line in it. There may not necessarily be a line in it. That he always usually does that.
See.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
How you doing, Jerry?
I'm fine, thank you. Yep.
That's good. I was just wondering, I was going to want to speak to you, just basically, you were talking about Donegal and that there. Basically, we were only back from Donegal yesterday.
Yes.
There was a group of about 30 of us from the own community, the Loyalist community, and 15 or 16 Republicans from the Falls. And basically, we went down to Derry on Saturday. We've done a few wee tours around the Bogside and up around the Memorial Hall and the bit of Apprentice Boys things. And basically, what the main thing I was wanting to talk about was we went to the service at Fort Dunree.
Oh, yes.
There's a memorial service down there, and I don't know why you've been to it or not.
No, I've been to Dunree. I've never been to the memorial service down there.
It was absolutely fantastic, Gerry, and it was just it's a group called Inishowen Friends of Messine, and it's basically a group set up and they sort of commemorate all the Irish soldiers that died in the war.
That's right.
And basically, we went to the memorial service, or they done a few renditions of the wee song you play, John Condon, and it was just these guys that obviously we've never met them, and they were absolutely blew away by this. And there was
the fact that you were there.
No, the fact that the guys. Now we've been before with the Psalm Society and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Republicans from the Falls were just flabbergasted by the whole thing, and it's just, I think it's an absolutely fantastic thing to go to. And there was a very, very poignant moment at the end, and there was actually a few other tears in their eyes. Then there was a few where the British Army standards were being lowered while the Irish soldier song was being sung. And these guys were standing beside ex-servicemen and stuff like that, and it was very, very good. And I'd just like to thank the organisers of that. They were on, they obviously didn't get much funding or anything. They were sort of amazed that the Garda were laying a wreath to these guys and TDs from down there, and it was absolutely fantastic.
It just shows you what can be done, if you open your minds, I'm not saying you, but, if everybody does it, yeah.
Some of the guys we were talking to, like, they were just, like, saying, like, this is all kept away from us. We don't know all this. All we know is, like, the Brits, and that's it. And it was absolutely fantastic. And as I say, on the Saturday, we went around the Bogside and stuff like that with them, down to the museum and stuff like that. And it was very, very, very good, and I think everybody should be doing something like that.
Yeah, and we should tear ourselves away from being locked into recent history. I mean, Fort Dunree, it's in County Donegal, and what a spectacular, beautiful setting.
Beautiful place yesterday, Jan, and thankfully the rain stayed off yesterday as well. And they went around the museums, and they've got their photographs. They actually read out, I think there's 356 names. They read out every name, and they were speaking in Irish and everything. And these guys, as I say, we have been before, so we know what's done it. But it was, these guys are absolutely blown away, and I've actually got a few emails for these guys now to keep in contact with them, and they're just totally, they were dumbfounded at that all, really.
Well, you see, there's a broader sweep there. That place has been there, as far as I know, since the Napoleonic Wars,
Yep.
And so this is a broad sweep of history. This is like 1804, 1802. Yep. Well, listen, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and spread the word. Yes.
If any of them, I would like to thank the Inishowen Friends of Messine for organising that, and I hope they get a lot of funding for it and keep it going.
Okay, good.
Brilliant.
Good man for bringing that up, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Another gentleman or lady on the phone, I'm not quite sure. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how are you?
Not too bad.
A gentleman then.
Hi, Jared.
Anything we can do help you with this fine day?
Gerry, I'm trying to find, I don't think it's on release. I'll probably get somebody, maybe one of your listeners' private collection of Robert Keyes, A TV Irish History.
Oh, yeah, that was a great series.
Yes, it was done in 1981, I think it was.
It might have been even earlier than that.
It might have been. I'm not really sure of the dates, but I'm trying to get somebody. I don't think it was released.
It may have been on video cassette.
Well, I'm hoping that one of your viewers maybe have a copy of it.
What was it called, that series? I can't remember.
I think
it
was called
Ireland?
A TV Irish History. That's by Robert Keyes.
Ireland, a Television
History.
Ireland, a Television History was called.
Yes.
Ireland, a Television. It was very good, and the reason why it was very good is Robert Keyes.
Robert Keyes is excellent.
Great presenter and a great historian, and had a particular interest in Ireland.
Yes.
Particular interest in
Ireland. And I think when I went out first, I think it was on London Weekend Television.
That's right. Yeah.
And then it went to BBC One. It was shown on BBC Two.
It was a classic. It was way up there.
I've tried other channels, and there seems to be a minefield. who actually owns the rights of it.
No.
And,
So you're not quite sure if it was released commercially or not?
Yes, and I'm just hoping that maybe somebody would have a copy. I get in contact with them, and I could even get it put on DVD for them as well from the video, like it would have been video, like.
Yeah, have you tried the net to see if it maybe...
I've tried everywhere,
yeah, okay.
to be honest.
Anyone out there who's got any kind of copy whatsoever
I
of any...
think there's only wee clippings on YouTube, but they're only like a 5-minute thing.
All right.
They're not, the episode, all the shows, like.
All right, so anyone that can help this man...
Anyone can help me.
Ireland, A Television History by Robert Keyes.
Robert Key.
All right then, so we'll keep an eye out for you, and if you
all
don't
right,
get
I
it,
appreciate your time, Gerry.
if you don't
Thank
get
you
it
very
within
much.
a couple of days, give us a ring again, and we'll announce it again because it's getting a wee bit late. You see, sometimes.
That's not a problem. I
all right
appreciate
then.
your time. Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right, good luck.
Bye. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Who's that?
It's Austin Reid here.
Yes, Austin. How are you?
Not too
Austin
bad.
Reid.
Uh-huh.
I thought Sean was one of your suits.
That's
so funny.
That's all the one I lost.
Yeah. He's still wearing it. Sean, I hope I know you like a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But you don't like me today, do you?
Not really, no. You're very hateful today. You're too giddy for me today.
I'm very giddy today.
Yeah, you are giddy.
No, do you know what happened to me?
No.
You know what happened to me this week? Sorry, I'll go, Austin, just a second. No, you see, this last week I've been in terrible pain. And
with your teeth?
Yes, and I've been taking all these antibiotics. And I hadn't had a drink for nearly 2 weeks. And I had a wee drink last night and it went to my head. Not that I'm anyway
Show me the way to go home.
intoxicated today. But you know, it just shows you. You know those people who say you should never drink because it's much better without it? They're lies. Lies.
So you're without pain then today?
I'm painless.
That's good.
I'm without pain. I'm back to my former self. Can you not tell? That's why you hate me so much. Anyway, Austin, what can we do for you today?
Gerry, I'll tell you what I was looking for a pitch liner for laying pitches. With a community pitch here, and we get it done by the Savannah District Council, but, this time of the year they're so busy, and I think you can only do it sort of as whenever they're,
That's like a little thing they use in the tarmac, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
For spewing out the tar. A man walks along. I always wanted that job. The man who walks along puts the white line on. Put the white line. So you're looking for the machine, the pitch liner, or a personal pitch liner?
An old one or anything at all, or even a good
pitch liner.
One.
We've never been asked for a pitch liner on this programme before. I want you to mark this day down as a day that is special. The first time we were ever asked to find a pitch liner.
Where would you go to look for that?
But you see, then because I'm next door here to JP.
JP?
Yeah.
What is JP?
JP McManaman.
McManaman. Oh, of course, JP McManaman. For God's sake, a man who writes for this programme and everything. Yes. And, okay, well, how is he anyway? Is he fine? I haven't talked to him for ages.
Oh, he's pretty busy,
Is he? I'm sure he is.
Uh-huh.
All right, then. We'll try and get you a pitch... Tell him we said hello, and we'll get you a pitch liner. Anyone who's got a pitch liner or knows anyone what has one, 08459 555 I'll try that again. 08459 555 678. If you want to ring Radio 4, you have to ask Janet's husband.
Now tell me, is this the loan off? Or you want to keep this, or what?
Well, if we get to keep it, or else
buy it,
second hand, we could buy it.
No need for all that, Sean. That's unnecessary. No. All right, thank you very much. We'll let you know if anyone weighs in. And if, as I said, the other gentleman, if you've no joy in the next 10 minutes, give us a ring maybe in a couple of days' time, and we'll put it out again.
Thank you very much.
At the start of the program. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Great shows last week, kid. Ken McGuinness, who was raging against the machine, took time off to mutter through his soup-stained moustache. That Anderson boy puts on a hell of a show. Tommy, my cat, sat looking at the £12.79p he had just withdrawn from his K2 tax shelter and said, "Why does Cameron always pick on me?" I gazed at the glittering hoard and I said, "Where will you put your money now, Tommy? Derivatives, hedge funds, junk bonds?" "Neither," said Tommy, scooping all the money into a burlap sack. "I'm going back to the post office. I'll tell you what, I hear rumours that another bank is in trouble today."
Sorry, contact? Contact who?
Nobody listened to this programme. I'm going back to the post office. No more high-risk gambles for me. The post office girls are very sweet and friendly. Just last week, I asked for a second-class stamp. They don't even think I'm dead or anything. And even if I tell them I'm not dead, I don't have to come back the next week and tell them I'm not dead again. The counter girl, a real sweetie, said, I don't have any second-class stamps, but just for you, I'll tear a first-class stamp in two. Now, that's what I call customer service. Tommy, I said, come into the war room. We have something important to discuss. I stood in front of a large map of Resharkin and said, next Wednesday, the Queen will shake hands with Martin McGuinness. The country is waiting for our response. Today, we must release a press statement outlining our views on the historic handshake. As a Secretary of State for this House, do you foresee any impediments or difficulties? Tommy paced the floor. Hands behind his back, he ruminated and answered, in my view, it's too soon. I smell intrigue in the air. I think the handshake is a ruse by the House of Windsor. My spies tell me the Queen intends to grasp the McGuinness hand, pull him towards her, and headbutt him between the eyes. This would lead, she thinks, to a surge of apathy in the streets. A huge fall in sterling, the end of the fish supper as we know it, British warships seizing the Giant's Causeway and carrying it off to Bristol to be placed in the care of a mysterious misanthropist. Sorry. Oh, listen. I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, did you enjoy Ray Davis? Oh, that's good. Was it good?
Nobody listened to this programme. I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. The Queen's coming tomorrow. Not to present the programme, you understand, but if somebody else will be on talking tomorrow, I'll be back on Wednesday.
Your old room, there's a pair of old socks, some broken toys in a cardboard box. And I remember all the trouble you took filling in that old coloring book. And on the wall there's a football team, and every face has a hope and a dream. And I remember how you won your first game. You made me feel so proud. In your old room I used to tuck you in, tuck in your blankets right up to your chin. Now I know I'll never do it again. I suppose you're just too old. Your old room is full of memories now. They were happening, I just don't know how. I never noticed, you just suddenly grew, and now you're a full-grown man. Tuck you in, tuck in your blankets right up to your chin. Now I know I'll never do it again. I suppose you're just too old. Your old room is full of memories now. They were happening, I just don't know how. I never noticed, you just suddenly grew, and now you're a full-grown man. Your old room at the back of the door, there hangs an old jacket you wore. You know, the one that you don't wear anymore. It's got a tear in the sleeve. In your old room there's a character in every little thing that I find there. These are the only things that I've left to share, sitting down in your old room.
That's a very much unappreciated Charlie McGettigan. An album called In Your Own Room. That's a song called In Your Own Room. See, they've Liam Neeson's making another film, Taken films called Taken 2. Have you known that? No, seriously, do you know that?
No.
I do this for a living. I will find you. I will kill you. Again. And here's something I want you to do, if you don't mind. A gentleman called Damien. Put the dog down, Damien. I have never got you to do Gregory Peck saying, put the dog down, Damien, from the film The Omen. Will you do it? Put the dog down, Damien. I can't do him.
But it's very difficult now. Put the dog down, Damien.
That's good. I'm enjoying myself.
Janet wants me to do Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, do Morgan Freeman. Put
Morgan
the dog
Freeman.
down, Damien. Put the dog down, Damien. No, I can't.
No, I can't. No, do Morgan Freeman. No.
Put the dog down.
Put the dog. No, I couldn't do Morgan Freeman saying that.
Practice.
Morgan Freeman. You've got to get the Morgan Freeman. Where's the clock? Oh, there it is. No, I'm just watching the big red hand. I thought I don't want to crash into Wendy's pips.
You can't have that. Do it now, quick, will you?
I can't get me.
You're no
Morgan.
fun.
Morgan. Is he Morgan Freeman? Is he up there or is he down?
He's down there.
Morgan. Is he down there, is he?
Will you hurry up?
Oh, there's Wendy. She's going to pip all over us.
I hate her. She doesn't stop her.
It's 12 o'clock. This is Talk Back with Wendy Austin. Today, if you're an